Hello and welcome to the press. We're reaching you live from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. It is a very beautiful Friday morning. And like they always say, thank God it's Friday. So thank God it's today. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you had a very wonderful Thursday. And now we're looking forward to a very wonderful weekend. Welcome again to the press. My name is Annabel Orji. I'm sure you enjoyed some of those reports that we played out to you. So we'll go straight to our headline. Our program for this morning will start with our weather forecast, then we'll read out our headlines for this morning. But I've already got my analyst sitting here in the studio, and afterwards we'll go straight to our social media corner. I'll take my weather forecast just so you are able to kickstart your day, plan your day accordingly. Then we'll go straight to the headlines and analyzing the stories. Now on the weather forecast for this morning, I'll start with Imo State. Imo State has 25 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy conditions with 31 degrees high and 24 degrees low. Partly cloudy conditions from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. as windstorm rain is expected around 2 p.m. All right, from Imo State, I'll move straight to Port Harcourt. In Port Harcourt, you have 26 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy conditions with 30 degrees high and 24 degrees low. Partly cloudy conditions from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Rain also expected around 2 p.m. So from there, we'll come straight to the northern part of the country, and I will move to Kano State. In Kano, you have 26 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy condition with 33 degrees high, 25 degrees low. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 12 p.m. And then let me move to Kaduna from Kano State, where you have 24 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy condition with 37 degrees high and 29 degrees low. Cloudy conditions expected around 12 p.m. And right here in Abuja Municipal, you have 24 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy condition with 28 degrees high and 24 degrees low. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 12 p.m. Also, my last stop will be in Lagos. Lagos, people, you have 26 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy condition with 29 degrees high, 26 degrees low. Partly cloudy conditions expected around 11 a.m. as wind gusts are up to 12 kilometers per hour. That's where we'll leave it for our weather forecast this morning. Ensure you plan your day accordingly. If you're taking a flight, you already know what the weather forecast will look like. So, and especially if you're in the southern part of the country, it's going to rain. So get your umbrellas, get your raincoat, and stay protected. Also, ensure to stay hydrated. All right, we'll go straight to our headline for this morning. I have got Richard Oriri, who is a public affairs analyst. Great to have you on the show, Richard Oriri.
It's my pleasure. Good morning, Annabel.
Good morning. All right,
I love your attire this morning.
Oh, thank you.
You look like Ghanaian.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, so let's take our headline for this morning. We'll start with the Guardian newspaper, and the Guardian newspaper says Igbo Apprenticeship Scheme. Because you're looking like Igbo people today, so that's why I wanted to start from there. Says Igbo Apprenticeship Scheme, that's the Iba boy or Igbo Dibo. How lofty entrepreneurship system undermines school enrollment. So according to this story, is looking as if most people would, especially Igbo boys, they prefer to go for Igbo boy or the Igbo apprenticeship than going to school. And it's been a long time coming. This has proven to help a lot of Igbo people, in fact a lot of people, not even Igbo anymore, because you also see some other tribe who have taken up that scheme, and then they're doing very well with it. So what are your thoughts in this?
Thank you very much. The apprenticeship in Igbo land, a kind of entrepreneurship training, I think it has truly helped Igbo race and in extension the entire country. When I was staying in Onitsha, within around 1998, 99, 2000, early morning before 6 o'clock, you will see all the male child trooping to Ochanja, trooping to overhead bridge, Ochanja Market, overhead bridge, or Piweka. The only class of persons you will see with school uniform are the female child. Small girls going to school. But the boys, all of them, they are in the market. And that has truly, sincerely helped the Igbo people. And that is why in the entire country today, the ethnic group that enjoy life at the very tender age is the Igbo people. As from 4 years, you should hardly see any Igbo man, Igbo young boy, depending on the parents. But going to other part of the country, especially from the northern part and some part of the west, you will see that our life majorly depends on civil service job or politics. And in those days of the military, the Igbos self, they don't even have time in what we call today government. Their government is self-governance. They don't even believe whether anything called government exists anywhere. The road, they learn how to use their money, put money together to construct even street roads. In those days when I was staying in Onitsha, going from before the bridge, there's a road they call going to that road lead to Iowa Depe. There was one man then. They call him Opoko. He has one company called Opoko Bros. He has oil called Wiz Oil. The man approached Anambra State government that they should allow him to construct that road down to Iowa Odepe, because the road was so bad. He will construct the road with his money, but that he will be collecting toll fee for like 20 years before you hand over to government. Government refused. In Igbo land, and that apprenticeship in Igbo land, if it can be extended to other parts of Nigeria, it will help us a lot. And the
who
same
needs to extend, who needs to do this
extension, as in those who already know the nitty-gritty of what goes on there. Because once you learn, as they train them, sometimes after 3 years, you see them with 300,000 naira, your Oga, they call them Oga. They are Oga after you must have done that, the service for 3 years. He will give you 300,000, some 400,000. And with that 300,000, 400,000 naira, you will see the other person coming out very large tomorrow, even bigger than the Oga. And it has sincerely helped the Igbos. And if you go to China, the same way. If you go to India, the same way. This what we call menial job, all these apprenticeship, like vulcanizing, all these mechanic and all these medicine, it has sincerely helped other nations of the world. But Nigeria, we are still far from it. And that is why you see almost every young person growing up today, the moment you finish from primary school, the next thing you want to be addressed at is honorable. Joining politics without even knowing what it is to become an honorable member of even either House of Assembly. Like this morning before I leave my house, I received too many calls of some young boys and girls who are developing interest to become World ESCO chairman, World ESCO secretary of a party. That the party, they are going to have a zonal meeting tomorrow or so around Otukpo, and they are developing interest to become. Why not develop such interest for things that will give you entrepreneurship, that will give you future? You understand? So the apprenticeship in Igbo land, if it will be extended to other part of the country, it will help us a lot. And we have large number of youth now in the country. India, they have large number of youths, and their population is the biggest. India have the highest population now in the entire world, over 4.something billion, and China 4.something billion. India is above China, just with a little margin today in the entire world. And the percentage of this population, the youth, control the major percentage of the population in India. In China, the same way, the youth control the major population of their population, the entire population, and they capitalize on it, training this youth as future of the country. But in Nigeria, we are not utilizing that aspect of our population boom that is even favorable on the angle of youth. But we are not utilizing it.
All right.
But the Igbos, they are catching on it and training their younger ones in the entrepreneurship. Even if you are going to school as a student, if they are not teaching you in school, because in our curriculum, I don't think we have such thing in our curriculum today in Nigeria.
All right.
But from home, the Igbos, in fact, all that part of the country
in every good thing, they say, there's always the
negative parts of it.
So we'll talk about the disadvantage. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. All right, so our phone lines are open. You can call in to make your contribution or ask your question. For now, we've started with the headline from the Guardian newspaper that is talking about the Igbo apprenticeship, especially if you are in Igbo land, or if you were once a nwa boy, or probably you are now an oga, or you were once an oga. You might want to call us and tell us about the Igbo apprenticeship system scheme, what you think about it. All right, like I said, there are always the disadvantage to everything. Before then you've reeled out some of the advantages, why it is good, how much it has helped, especially the Igbo people. But then you have some other persons that will say, like this, what exactly what this headline is referring to. It says how lofty entrepreneurship system undermines school enrollment, because it's now talking about how much it has dropped in terms of education, formal education. I mean, how it has actually affected formal education. That's what they're talking about.
I disagree with that. I disagree with them, because I disagree with them in the sense that if their research has proven that in the entire country, the 5 states in Igbo land, if they have low enrollment in school, then I will agree with their result. But if in the entire country, Igbo have no, in the 5 states in Igbo, they have no low school enrollment, then they cannot just push it to be Igbo problem that school enrollment in Igbo land has dropped. I don't think, because in Nigeria today, the highest land race, if not Yoruba, is Igbo. By population, I think I can shift it to the north as well, because we have more population than them. But education, after you count the Yoruba race, you count the Igbo race. In terms of education, that school enrollment in Igbo land have dropped. I don't think before now I will agree, because in those days before now it was their youth, their female gender that normally goes to school, especially in Anambra. But today, both male and female, they have love for education. Even if you are going for apprenticeship, they don't push education aside.
But then you have some people who, especially when they're growing up and then they see how their fellow, their peers, they're doing better, all they see either on social media or and all, and then they come out to say, oh, I want to be like that, my friend. I want to travel to India. I want to go to China. I want to go and start moving containers, and the same way my friend is doing in Edu, Brazil is doing.
Most of them,
and then they now decide, okay, let's Kabuo school.
That's yes, most of them doing that. Most of them doing that are graduates. After you graduate, instead of folding your hands to wait for job to come from government here, the best thing they do is to look for a way to set up business or to travel out and become something better.
Not just the graduates, Richard Oriri.
What I am telling you is that in Igbo land today, since the apprenticeship is not instituted in our education system, parents, they have it as a duty that after your school, the moment you close from school, straight to shop. They are learning the apprenticeship after school. They are combining the two. And they have timetable for them. Majority of every family in Igbo land, there's no how you be a student, either primary school or secondary school, that after school you will not go to 1 or 2 markets to go and learn something. Either you go to your mother's shop, or you go to your uncle's shop, your father's shop, or you go and hawk on the road. You learn it. is I can say it's like a culture in Igbo land. They combine both education and this apprenticeship, and that is why you hardly see Igbos complaining of say I am poor, I don't have. Majority, like if you come to the far north here, you will see from 10-15 years old child still depending, even 18 years, 20 years, still depending on parents. But in Igbo land, majority of them who are even in the university, they are even fending for their, they are even supporting their parents from what they are making out of what they do, supporting their parents. But in the far north here, you see majority of the youth around this our northern zone depending on parents until you graduate. Even after you graduate from school, you still rely on your parents to still survive. So you will even still see parents getting marrying for their sons. But in Igbo land,
are you accusing them of being lazy?
Not laziness. It's not laziness, but it's something that you are not brought up in that line. But in Igbo race, in the Igbo ethnic group, the majority of them, they are brought up in that line. And that is why no matter how the economy is biting, you hardly see Igbos complain. Bad or good, they survive it. Because even now, I just made mention of something. During the military era, they don't even look at government at all. It was from 1999 that after election, democracy came back again to Nigeria, that you see Igbos, there must be representation. And those who have interest in politics that were doing it from that 1999, they saw that, these people, they are making it from here. They saw that there was money in politics. Because instead of developing, and that is why you see there was no challenge against any politician in the Igbo land. Before that, from 1999, that's, as a governor, nobody question you or whatever you do. If you like, you construct road. If you like, you do water. Even if you do, then you will see Igbos, business Igbo men say, bringing money to even come. You construct road to my community. Thank you. Come to thank you with a heavy gift. Not knowing that is their right, that you have done what you are supposed to do. That is their resources that you are using, because they don't have that picture before. Right. But coming to this time now, the awareness and the level of awareness in the political system now is so wide, so large now, that they know that yes, now we can equally go in here and participate. And that's why you see some Igbo business boys and girls coming into politics now. Before, they don't have the time. Right. And you hardly see any Igbo man coming out of politics, becoming House of Rep member before, becoming House of Assembly member before, and you see them becoming poor. All
right, so before we leave this particular topic, I would like to get, I also always hear that most of this, because you also stated it, you said sometimes those boys happen to be even doing better than their bosses. And at some point, it now leads to rancor, envy, and all of that. I've seen this happen. I've not, in fact, this one I was not even told. I've seen some of this. I've seen it happen. So, what would be your last word, especially to? I'm sure that you have some people watching us from those Igbo side. You have people watching us from either Abia State or Anambra State who are orgas, and then they have apprentices under them. So, what would be your last words to them? And also
my last word to them is that they are not the first set of people that started it, and they pick from their predecessors, and since they pick it from their elders, is something that is part of their culture now. They should see it as culture of a kind of a succession plan of the Igbo race. And since it's a kind of succession plan of the Igbo race, they should not kill it. And anyone who is under that training under them, who is undergoing such training under them, who are the ogas, they should not be wicked to them. Some of them, they see their boys, after settling them, and they become bigger than them, they see them as enemy because to them, they have stolen from them. You understand? To them, they have stolen from them. In most cases, it's not that they have stolen from them.
In most cases, those organs would allow those boys go without settling them because they believe
that is why I said they should not be wicked to them. Because some, after the training, instead of you settling them, you still come up with 1 or 2 allegations to say you stole money, and for that reason, I am not going to settle you. And you see the person going in anger, going with his frown face, and in such a situation, if there is no settlement between you and the boy that have served you like a son or like a daughter for over how many years, that grievances, if you die with it, it will be very terrible. And since me, I am seeing it as culture of Igbo land, of the Igbo race, and since it's part of them, they should not kill it because it's helping a lot. It's helping them a lot. So they should see it as a succession. In some other ethnic groups, what we are lacking currently in this country is succession plan. Even within the political setting, there's no succession plan. Anyone who is in front, as you are dying, you want to die with whatever that you are in for. You want to die with it. As you die, nobody is taking over from you. Nobody is wearing the shoe again. And that is why you see most communities dying almost everywhere now. The moment this person dies, before you see another person rising again, it's a problem. So for the fact that they are training not just 1 person, not 2 person, not 3 person under them, they are expanding their community in terms of wealth. Right. And they are expanding the entire society in terms of development. Because the person you are training today will have child tomorrow that will train. And that will be the continuity of the family, of the community.
All right.
So they shouldn't be wicked to the people that they are training.
Let's move to other stories. Still on the Guardian newspaper says Akpabio to approve request of jets as National Assembly okays validity of 2023 budget. We've been talking about the presidential jet ever since, and then at some point it was denied. And now we're seeing this story saying Akpabio to approve the request for jets as National Assembly okays validity of 2023 budget. What are your thoughts on this?
From the beginning, yes, there is so much crisis or insecurity in terms of food insecurity and too many other insecurity. Road, we have so much bad road in Nigeria today. If you go to the health sector, we have so much insecurity in the health sector, because security is not just about kidnapping and the killing that is going on in the country. If there is no good health facility that will serve the community of Nigeria in terms of health services, then we have insecurity in that line. And if you go to agricultural sector, if there is no food for the larger population of Nigerians to eat and survive, there is insecurity in that aspect. So we have so much insecurity all over the country today. But that we are having this problem, economic problem facing the country, doesn't mean that our president should not have mobility. That has been my own point. Yes, and there is no how anyone will tell me today that Nigeria doesn't have the capacity to buy any class of jet. But the problem we're having is that the money, the chunk of the money belonging to the country is in the hand of few persons. You will see one individual having over 2 to 3 trillion naira in this country. Citizens have money that can even serve country within the African sub-region. There are people in this country that can borrow even Ghana money. There are people in this country that can borrow Cameroon money. So our president deserves to be treated very well. If I have become president tomorrow,
is it buying a private another presidential jet that means he's going to be treated very well?
No. What I am saying, no. See, the question you ask is germane, and my point is this.
Before you make that your point, let's receive this call from Chief Areo. Chief Areo from Kaduna. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to hear from you, sir.
How was your night?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I've been listening to your analyst very well, with particular reference to the purchase of a plane for the president.
All right.
I totally disagree with my very good friend Richard today. You see,
you never hear my point now.
They are saying we should tighten our belts. The cost of governance today, it is so high that I want to ask your guest. Some time ago in 2010, when the House of Reps, when Obasanjo wanted to buy plane, they refused Obasanjo to buy a presidential plane, and Obasanjo was going on commercial plane. I want to also take your guest to Kenya. What happened in Kenya? Their president had to had a charter plane. The people disagree with the president, and he went with a commercial plane. What is wrong in Bola Tinubu going on commercial plane, especially at this time that Nigeria is bleeding? They say that we should tighten our belts, and they should give us a good example. Should they buy two presidential planes at the same time? Mr. Oriri, let us look at it objectively. Look, nobody is saying that our president should go on risk, but with the economy now, this is not the right time for Bola Tinubu and APC and whatever Akpabio to tell. Today, Akpabio is telling us that whether we like it or not, they are going to buy presidential plane. That is a sign of arrogancy on Akpabio. We know how Akpabio came on board, and they want to please their boss. Is it that rub my back, I will also rub your back? When the Senate are going on 100 and something million on one vehicle, and you are telling me today that is justified. It is never justified for him to go on a presidential plane. And at this time that Nigerians are finding it very difficult to eat. Go to the market, go to the family, go and make something. I don't want you to even say something of that sort this morning, because now Nigerians are very angry and to be hearing this type of statement that the president should go on presidential plane. Which presidential plane?
All right.
Thank you.
Be able to set an example for Nigerians to know that really they empathize. The empathy should be there. So
Thank you so much.
Said that they should go on presidential, I don't think any Nigerian will agree with you, especially this time that we are finding it very difficult.
Thank you, Chief Ariel. Thank you.
All right, before you
let me react
before you react to what he stated. Now you read from Daily News Hub, says new presidential jet, Tinubu's wish, Senate's command. That's coming from Akpabio. And then with what Chief Ariel stated, is it two? That it means two questions now you're going to react to.
Okay.
First of all, about presidential jet, he stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should also fly Air Peace or Max Air or any of Dana, most of these airlines, or United Nigeria with other Nigerians. He said it's not bad if he should. And then the other one is Tinubu's wish, Senate's command. Are we back to the allegation of rubber-stamped National Assembly?
Okay. First, all the governors were elected in 2023. None of them is without official vehicle now. All of them, they have their official vehicle. And if you elect any leader to come and lead you, you must give the person good environment first to manage your affairs very well. All the governors have their vehicles now that they use for mobility. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after his inauguration, in March 2024, on the 23rd specifically, on the 23rd of March 2024, he discovered that his his jet wasn't okay. And they sent it for repair. And since March 2024, he has not been using his own personal jet. That is 737, that Air Force One, 737. He has not been using it. It was out for repair since. It was the vice president's jet. They call it Gulf 550. That's what he has been using. And on the 23rd or so of April this year, he went to one country like that, and he was to go to Saudi Arabia on 26th. When he was to move from that country to Saudi Arabia on 26th, that was when they discovered that even the vice president's jet that he was using was still 40. He couldn't use it on 26th to Saudi Arabia. And it was a private, public flight he took from that country to Saudi Arabia. No, he has been pushing to see how he will fix his own private jet and be managing what is before him. But since it's not possible, and he cannot trek, let's say if he's going to US now, how can we allow our president to trek from here to America? All this public flight you are talking. Public.
No one is asking that he should
has
trek.
Tried.
Richard,
for me, he has tried. And wherever he goes to, he's going with our image. Yes, there is so much economic problem in the country. But that doesn't, like even the money that after the removal of fuel subsidy, all the money that they have been accruing from there alone can buy jet. The money they even took from Abacha can even buy jet for Nigeria president. Nigeria president.
Are you saying that the money that was removed from fuel subsidy
that is what
they used to buy?
They can use it to buy presidential jet, but that is what he has been using to service governors. No.
Fuel subsidy removal is gone.
No. Fuel subsidy removal. After removing the fuel subsidy, the revenue accruing from that removal of fuel subsidy, he has been pushing it to governors. Those also complaining from the various states of Nigeria now that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not have a presidential jet, new presidential jet. We have governors who are benefiting from the excess that they are getting from this excess crude, from this fuel subsidy that was removed. Are we questioning our governors for these problems that we are facing? All our attention is channeled towards the center, the presidency. The governors who are getting on this federation allocation on monthly basis, our local government, we have 774 local government in Nigeria, and there's no local government out of these 774 local government that is not getting money on monthly basis from federation allocation. Are we questioning our local government chairman? We are dying of hunger. We have not seen anywhere where the masses troop to local government headquarters to question their local government chairman. We are dying of hunger. The money coming from Abuja, okay, if you are not using it for development of the local government, on monthly basis, carry out a census of every person that is under your leadership here in this local government. Any money that comes from Abuja, share it among us so that we use it to feed. They can do that. But nobody is questioning local government chairman. Nobody is questioning governors. For the problem we are facing in Nigeria, governors have the right, the constitutional right as well, to carry out educational activities in the state. But now today, our basic education is dead completely. Primary education is dead. There's nothing again for anybody to talk about that. And that is where our major problem lies now. Because if we don't educate, if we don't train these our younger ones coming up, tomorrow there will be no better Nigeria that can challenge any country in the world. If you go across all over the world today, the interest of nationalists across the world is on the youth, the training of the youth that will take over from them tomorrow. But today in Nigeria, that aspect is gone. And we are not blaming governors. We are not blaming local government chairmen. There is no community in Nigeria today that you will go to and you will have better health service. These community health centers, in all the political wars in Nigeria today, they are not functioning. You hardly go to any community health center in Nigeria today that you see even paracetamol, Emzo paracetamol, you can't see. And we are not questioning them. Everybody is throwing anger on president, President is not our major problem. What about governors? We have House of Rep members. We have House of Assembly members representing no local government in Nigeria that have no House of Rep Assembly member presiding over, on their behalf, on our behalf at the State Assembly. We have them. And they are there to question the governor's SSs. We have at the national level here, we have our House of Rep members and senators who are to question the SSs of the executive. And that is so in democratic accountability, we call that aspect horizontal aspect of accountability in democracy. What is our now the presidential jet we are talking about? What we are discussing here on national television is not even going to solve our problem.
Right,
because the House of Rep members and the senators, they are already out to buy this thing on our behalf for the president. And they are the one taking decision on our behalf.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Turn down the volume of your TV set, please.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Jomo, calling from Owo, Ondo State.
Dr. Jomo from Owo, Ondo State. From you. Go ahead.
Yeah. This is my first time of coming in touch with your TV, KAFTAN.
Thank you so much.
But what I'm hearing, what I'm viewing, the man that says he's a politician, I'm sure he's an APC man. But he is not portraying APC in a good light. Because what he's saying is annoying to Nigerians. President buying a jet does not mean you are not saying that governors, people are not accusing governor, people are not accusing local government. That is not it. The presidential, please, they have jets, numerous jets. During Jonathan era, we learned that Jonathan had about, the presidential fleet had about 14 planes. When Buhari came in, he said then that all the planes that he will take everything that Nigeria should use it as Nigeria Airways. I think some people will remember. Now, he did not do it. Now, what happened to all those planes that are in the fleet? And again, during Tinubu campaign, when he was moving from everywhere, from Tinubu have private jets. Now that he became president, and see what the hardship that he has brought through his policies, then he should bear with Nigeria.
All right.
He has money. Now that he's president, the presidential plane is faulty. Then use your own personal jet to show Nigerians that you really care what is going on.
All right.
With Nigerians.
All
That
right.
is my own point. Please tell this man that the way he's talking is annoying Nigerians. It's not good.
Thank you so
It's
much.
not portraying the party in a good light.
Thank you so much,
Because I
Chief
know it's an
Ojomo
APC
from
man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ondo State,
Thank you.
Ondo State.
The point he raised there that is germane is sacrifice of using his own personal jet. That if he can do that, it will please Nigerians. But
Richard,
the president have the right, the constitutional right, and we have elected him.
Richard, before you go ahead.
And that's
Richard,
of recent.
Richard,
the president of Iran, the president of Iran died of plane crash.
Richard,
of recent, a vice president in one of the African countries here died of plane
we
crash.
know that.
So
let me
we
remind
cannot
you
wait
something.
until our president died.
Just 1 minute, Richard Rory, let me remind you something. When the president came on board, if you remember during the inauguration dinner,
Yes.
the wife of the president, the first lady, Oluremi Tinubu, talked about how their family would not need the money of Nigerians because they are satisfied, they can take good care of themselves because they are already well and able and successful. So asking that he, talking about the fact that he should, talked about sacrifice.
And that
So if
is
they're
the
well and
aspect.
able-
That is the aspect I'm agreeing with him.
So if they are well and able,
If he can sacrifice by
if they're
using
well and
his
able,
personal
Richard Oriri, like they
jet,
said, like she said, if they're well and able, why is it if Nigerians are complaining that you don't use Nigerians the tax, why not? Okay, since we are successful enough, let's dip hand into our pockets and do it for ourselves. Maybe Nigerians will not complain. Or don't you think so?
No, you see, in politics, there are things you do that you will be questioned, and there are things you don't do. He's not in control of himself anymore. Even if he chooses on his own.
But they made the
Wait now,
statements.
even if he chooses on his own,
But
that
they
he
made
wants
that
to go
statement
on
themselves.
private jet, public jet, the security around him, they are the one in charge of him. They are the one controlling his security. His life is part of Nigerian national security. And maybe the idea of buying this jet itself may even come on national security basis. And if he says no to it and anything happened to him, those people around him will be questioned. He is the president of Nigeria today.
All right.
He's not the Bola Tinubu that we know before.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, it's Ken Dollar calling from Enugu State.
Ken
Dollar.
from Enugu State. Go ahead.
Please tell my brother to stop talking this to avoid causing trouble to Nigerians. What he's talking is he's not talking like an Igbo man. Please, stop that. Okay, Richard.
Okay, sir.
I think you are Igbo man, but you are not talking like Igbo man.
I am hearing you. I am talking like a Nigerian who valued the life of his president.
I have to say this. I have to say here, please. Richard, to avoid causing problem for Nigeria.
Yes.
Stop talking this. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you, Ken Dollar from
Thank you.
Enugu
Thank
State.
you.
Great to hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ronke from I'm calling from
Ronke, great to hear from you. Please turn down the volume of your TV set or move away from it. All right. Please, before you call, ensure that you turn down the volume of your TV set or move away from it. I think we've overflogged this matter. Let's go to what
The
matters.
point there is that it's not by talking on television. The main people that will either disagree or agree to this, they are the representative that we have elected. Those
So
of them calling.
says,
Yes, no,
it doesn't matter.
Your rep member is speaking on your behalf. My own rep member is speaking on my behalf. The person calling, your rep member and your senators, they are speaking on your behalf. We have voted them in to go and speak and take decisions on our behalf. Whatever decision we want to take concerning this buying of presidential jet or not buying of presidential jet, we have to pass it through our House of Rep member and senators.
Is there supposed to be a part of public hearing?
Not issue of public hearing. Once we have every state have three senators. The 36 states of the federation plus FCT 1, we have three senators and 36. We should pass through our senators, pass through our House of Rep member, because whatever we are saying here can't stop it. If the National Assembly approves it will go, because they are the one taking decision on our behalf. Whatever we are saying here is just for formality.
Hello?
Good morning, Ronke. Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Madam Jennifer from Imo State.
Madam Jennifer from Imo State. How is Imo State
How is Imo State this morning?
My dear, Imo State around 3 days ago.
Go ahead, please.
Okay? Please tell my brother there to stop talking that thing. That thing he said is not good. I don't know whether Turibu bribe her or whatever. But tell my brother to stop. Because Nigeria is no better. It's not better. It's not better at all. This is not give her joy. Everything is turned. She's turned around. With that thing, it's not a laughing matter or joking matter. Please, tell my brother to stop that, to stop it.
He has heard you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Because before that thing started, I don't know what happened, but tell your brother, my brother, to stop that thing you're talking there. Because you're making Nigeria to get more angry and angry and angry.
All right, thank you so much.
It's okay. Well done. Thank you for your opinion.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where.
My name is Ronke from Jos.
All right, Ronke from Jos. Go ahead.
Yes. Please, I would like to tell this Igbo man should stop it. This is very, very difficult in Nigeria. We are not finding it easy. We are not finding it easy. He should please. And I don't like the way he's talking. This is live video, and then he's not even coming down to hear what you are saying. So he should just please, he should stop what he's saying. In fact, I'm not in support of his program there. I am not in support of it. Why will you be saying such? Please, sir, this is, I'm not trying to disrespect you or anything. I know you're just doing your own part, but please, that is not working in Nigeria. Things is very difficult. We are not finding it easy.
Thank you so much, Ronke from Jos. Great to hear from you too. Good morning. Are you there? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Abia State.
All right.
I'm calling from. We are angry. Everybody is tensed. I don't know whether my brother there has been bribed or whatever. I don't know. In short, I was happy this morning, but since I started watching this, and I just came. In short, I went to buy a crate of egg, 5,000. I'm still angry over that one.
Oh.
I know how much I'm selling for. I know how much I'm selling gas. A crate of egg is 5,000 naira. I just bought it this morning, and this man is here pretending to stop that nonsense. So I will use this and break this television. Let him not talk that thing again.
Sorry.
I don't know what you said me talking like an Igbo man.
Sorry.
It's really sad. A crate of egg at 5,000 naira. That is enough reason to even get seriously angry.
There is no one that is not what is happening is not biting. It's biting every one of us. But my own challenge is that these my brothers and my sisters calling. They have rep members. They have senators from their various constituencies. Those are the people speaking on our behalf.
Richard Oriri, I asked.
They are the ones who still want to buy this jet for the president.
Is there, after all, there is freedom of speech,
yes,
of expression.
Yes.
Are there no opportunities, even where you have the House of the National Assembly and their committees? They always have public hearing where they bring the media, they bring other people, stakeholders, to analyze on some of the decisions that they are making. So if you elect someone and then people who elected you say that this thing you're doing is not good,
we don't want
and the majority amongst them are still on the same saying the same thing, isn't it reasonable that you
for you to calm down?
Calm down, like he said.
It's a personal decision.
Let Nigerians breathe.
It's a personal decision. Even like the other caller from Ondo said, if you want to sacrifice by making use of his private jet, because he has private jet, almost all the senators in Nigeria now have private jets. Almost all the governors in Nigeria have private jets, and it's still public fund that they use in buying all these jets. Not from their business, not that any one of them is selling tomato anywhere. So now, to me, I still take the blame to us, the voters. We have elected these senators, we have elected this House of Rep members to come to National Assembly here and preside on our behalf. And they are the ones saying they want to buy the jet for.
All right.
Can't we challenge them as the visitors in our various communities?
You've not even answered the second question, but that's what we'll take so that we leave this.
Can't we challenge them?
Good morning.
Yeah?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Bishop, calling you from Lagos.
Bishop from Lagos. Go ahead.
Yes. Mr. Richard, you heard Madam Annabel asked you a question because you kept repeating yourself that we the electorate elected these people to represent us and they are taking decision on our behalf. She asked you a question. Has there been any public hearing? For example, the national attention that was just changed, national anthem I mean to say, that was changed. Was anybody consulted? Were we consulted? The bill was passed in a speed of time.
Yes.
But if everybody calling you have been advising you, stop saying what you are saying. But you are bent repeating yourself that these people are there to represent us. Have we ever since 1999 been consulted? My people, this is what we are planning to do. What is your view? Has there been any public hearing like that, sir? I don't know why you are bent on saying the same thing. Everybody is not happy about what you are saying.
What I am,
they're not representing us. I am not being represented.
Yeah,
those things are not my views.
My brother, I have voters card. You have voters card. 2027, whatever anomaly we are facing, we can still correct it in 2027. But the same voters in Nigeria will still go the same way.
Mr. Richard, does our vote count? Does your vote count, Mr. Richard? I'm asking you, does your vote count?
And that is why I am saying that. That is what I'm saying, that whatever we are saying on national television here is just for saying sake. The main decision will be taken by National Assembly, who are our true representatives. And if you go to the north, any rep member that is not doing things the way they vote you to go and do, they fight them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Your point was taken. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning.
Good morning,
Presenter.
sir.
Good morning.
Please turn down the volume of your TV, sir, so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Truly,
truly, I love this program this morning because it is the focal point of the situation in this country. Unfortunately, some of us are playing by the gallery in the sense that they see truth and they, in every sincerity of life, they decide to say the opposite. I am totally disappointed with our guest in the house over there, Mr. Oriri. Sorry, please, stop making Nigerians look so stupid by you yourself being funny in things you say. How can you be saying this, even at the plight of the situation at hand? Nigerians are talking from the top. We are talking of the president, and that is where this whole thing started. It is not of the governor's opinion to change the price of petroleum through subsidy removal or addition. And that's why everybody is looking up to the presidency, because it is him who has started this fight, and it's him that will end it. The price of everything in the market now cannot be held. Nobody, because you are giving a peanut also. I am not wishing you to be poor, but if you're actually getting nothing from Nigeria from every angle, even on your private enterprise, you will say everything more than this government that is in leading Nigeria today. I am totally disappointed with you as a Nigerian, not as any tribe, but that you stand on national television to tell people, those that have gone to school and those that are still struggling to be in school and the laymen on the street, that Nigerians are not suffering. And they should hold people that they are being elected.
Thank you so much.
How do you say this?
Thank you so much.
The presidency, you're talking of private jet addition, purchase and all that. It is barely 1 year that the previous government left the government house. Are you telling me that they spent billions out of how many fleets of jets there that even the former government, we are talking of reducing them from their fleet?
Thank you so much.
None of them is in workable condition.
Would have to let you
go.
go.
Telling Nigerian bullshit.
Thank you.
Please leave this studio immediately because you don't have anything to tell Nigerians.
Thank you so much. Please, if you are calling, ensure that you're also talking on national television. Ensure that you keep your comments clean and as safe as possible. No foul languages here, please. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Chamberlain from River State.
All right, Chamberlain, please turn down the volume of your TV set so we can hear ourselves.
Okay, I've done that.
All right, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Actually, I was listening to the conversation that was going on, the story that is going on. Honestly, I want to differ from what other callers have been saying, based on what your guest here trying to analyze for us.
All right.
What he said there, that I think most of the callers are really missing, is that we are not holding our state governors accountable. We are not holding our local government chairmen accountable. We are not also holding those that voted to go and represent us at both the upper house and the lower house accountable. And I don't think that anything is wrong with what he said in that regard. Because there is no point that each and everything that happens in the country, we want to hold the federal at the high level. We want to hold them, want to talk about the federal level. What is happening at the state? And the state and the local government, and these are the ones that we are concerned utmost. At the state level, we have our governors that were supposed to be. Look, the revenue that we are generating here, what have you been doing with it? The one that you're collecting from Abuja, what have you been doing with it? Okay, go to the grassroots, which is local government. The ones that are coming there too, what have you been doing with it?
All right.
That is basically what he was trying to make us understand.
All right.
Not that we are not going to look at the federal also to hold them accountable, but his own focal point, from what I understand, is that we are not holding our state governors accountable, and also the local government and the brothers and sisters that voted over there to go and represent us. That is what he's saying.
All right, thank you so much, Chamberlain.
My concern there is that he's not taking stand, and I like that. He's not taking stand as an Igbo man. He's not taking. He's just speaking as a Nigerian, and that is just the basics.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Chamberlain.
once again. My name is Chamberlain, calling from River State.
Chamberlain, thank you so much. Your point is well taken. Now you have someone who is on your side. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to my brother. My name is Mazio Kurafo from Arushiku in Athens.
Mazio Kurafo.
If we look,
go ahead.
Yes, my sister. It's a pleasure with our brother and the horses this morning. You see, the shadow. See, what Nigerians are saying is this. It is wrong time. The timing now is very wrong. Because one, you see our educational institutions, infrastructures are there. They're supposed to be there. It's not available. Nigerians are complaining that let's put infrastructure to talk about it. And we have 11 or 12 or 13. Can the government not auction those ones and take the money from that one and buy a new one? Is it not possible? Because by that somebody who have a car, you have 15 cars in your house. You want a new one. What I do with this one? Why not go and sell those ones and use the money? You see, this one is economic. It's not a question of going to university or going to polytechnic or going to molytechnic or market to go and acquire the knowledge. Sell the one that is available, because that is what you see. 90% or 99% of corners, everybody is against it.
All right.
So
Thank
let
you
us
so much.
talk about the formula. Let's solve the problem. Nigeria infrastructural, stomach infrastructure, according to my brother Payoshi, is what Nigeria is talking about, not infrastructure. Good morning, Mazio Krafo.
Good morning, Mazio Krafo from Arochukwu. Okay, we have so many callers, but we need to manage our time before we need to let go on that matter. But then the next question I asked you, Tinubu's wish, Senate's command, not about the presidential jet. Let's leave the presidential jet for now. But then if the senator, if the Senate or the National Assembly says Tinubu's wish is the Senate's command or the National Assembly's command, are we back to rubber-stamped National Assembly again?
You should know it from the beginning. Before the inauguration of the Senate and before the inauguration of House of Reps, you saw that the demand of the president was what every one of them went. President chooses Akpabio to be the Senate president, and that is the person they voted in. He chooses Abbas, PhD, and that is the person they voted him to be the speaker.
It was not about the election that happened in the National Assembly.
Even down to state assemblies, there is no how even governors will allow somebody, because the House of Assembly at the state level.
Did you remember that they had an election at the time?
What I am saying is that they are rubber stamp from local to state to federal. They are rubber stamp, and that is why any House of Assembly speaker to be elected, the governor must decide who will be the speaker. Because you can't spend 1 naira of the state fund without the approval of the state assembly. And as president, you can't spend 1 naira of the national fund without the approval of National Assembly members. And before you can have your way, you must have somebody that will be answerable to your wish. And that is why in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, in the whole of African country, any state within African countries that practice democracy, that is the way they go. And that's why we are not seeing development. Rubber stamp is the name, nothing else. There is no bill, no executive bill from the presidency that will not have its way. Look at yesterday, what happened. They have extended the 2023 budget till December 31st of this year. That is 2024 budget of 28-point-something trillion. They have not spent 1 naira of it. The 2024 budget. 2023 budget is still what they are extending. They extended it from March to June. Now, on Sunday, it will elapse. The extension from March to June. On Sunday, it will elapse. And now, before Sunday now, they have extended it again from this June. Already, if not, from this June, as June ends, they will start implementing 2024 budget. But now they have extended the 2023 budget again to December 23rd. December 31st. Meaning, there is so much money still available from the 2023 budget that they have not spent. And that's why if anybody is shouting that there's no money in Nigeria, I laugh. The money, the kind of wealth God, the kind of environment that God brought us in, not just oil. You go to Ebonyi State, they have too many natural resources. Go to Nasarawa here, Benue, everywhere, gold that they have not been even harnessed. So Nigeria have money. The 2020 budget is still surplus that they have not been able to finish.
Okay,
and that is why they are extending it to December.
Our time is fast spent.
December 2024, before they can exhaust what is left from the 2023 budget.
All right, our time
but
is
Nigerians are dying of hunger.
Richard Oriri,
that is not the problem of our leaders.
So does it actually mean that the administration or the era of the Sarakis is comparing it with what you have in the last few years? How far so far? Where you had people who would look at you in the face and tell you, no, we will not accept what you want. The Dogaras.
What is there is that Saraki became Senate President against the wishes of President Buhari. So they have that gap so wide that he cannot agree with the president so many things. There was strong disagreement before Saraki emerged as Senate President. And even when Tambua became Speaker, there was strong disagreement between him, his camp, and the president before he emerged as Speaker of the House of Reps. And in such a situation, it will not be smooth between the executive and the legislature.
So are you saying that it is smooth now?
It's smooth because there was so much blending. There's strong blend between the executive and the... That is why there's no checks and balance. There's no check and balances between the executive and the legislature. No accountability. The executive, the kind of legislature we have presently, they can't question the excesses of the executive. Whatever the executive bring before them, we go.
So according to you, there are no more checks and balances?
No more checks and balances. And that is one of the major ingredients of democracy. Right. If there's checks and balances, there will be accountability. But there's no accountability anywhere in Nigeria now. And that is why we are facing what we are facing. Now, even if you become an elected governor, before you pick who will be your personal assistant, ordinarily, you should pass, the person's name should pass through security screening. Because as your PA, personal PA, the person will have access to confidential information of the state. And if they don't check your security, your background, and you just allow somebody to become... In Nigeria, governors appoint PAs that nobody know about their background.
All right.
President appoint PAs, even ministers appoint PAs, nobody know about their background. Nobody asks questions. They will take decisions without even the electorate asking. Now it's your responsibility, it's your right to have taken this decision because we have elected you.
All right.
Since you have taken this decision now, what was your reason before taking this decision? We don't question. No accountability. Nobody care about us. Nobody. But the accountability that we as the electorate can give to them, we call it vertical. The vertical accountability is coming from us, the electorate. That will be on the day of election. Whatever you have done now, when you come for election, we say, you are not going again. We are voting this person. But in Nigeria, we don't have it. So much, even on the day of election, now you see they're giving them 5,000, 10,000, and they will still vote the same people in to go and do this nonsense.
Thank you so much,
even if I am a lone voice, I will stand on where I stand.
Thank you so much.
Until we change our mentality for voting and for actions in governance against people who are leading us.
Thank you so much.
The situation will not change. We will still be rolling and stagnated the way we are.
We'll have to let you go.
Thank you.
Time is fast spent. We're so sorry we can't take your calls anymore. This is the much we can take. Our calls, our phone keep buzzing and buzzing, but I'm sorry we can't take your calls anymore. But I promise you, I will take your call on Monday morning. As we have this program again, 9 o'clock is the time. Please ensure that you call on time so that at least we'll start taking your calls on time. But I'll see you again tomorrow. That's at 10 a.m. on D Conversation. My name is Annabel Orji. God bless you and yours. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To have yourself a very wonderful weekend. Good morning.